with the bard, and once again, I will just let the others introduce themselves how they see fit.
Hello, I'm Alec. I'll be playing as the Sunblast, the Life Cloud once again.
Hello, I'm Azuzu. I'm playing Copy, the Trickster Rogue. Fair warning just before we start, I've got a new mic setup, so if you guys hear a bit more extra noise, do let me know.
Sam, I'm playing Toto, Half Pint, the Halfling Ranger.
Hi, I'm Traz, and I'm playing Cloud, the Tabaxi Rogue Warlock.
And I'm Scott, Delta's DM for us this evening.
And our lovely wizard Maka, played by Amy, is once again running late, so may or may not be here, we shall see. Because I know I've said before she'll be here and then she hasn't managed, so we shall see. And I believe Azuzu is doing our recap for the week.
Yes, I'm trying my best to do the best recap I can. So as far as I remember last week, the party has managed to arrive in Western. Yay! We have secured ourselves a smaller ship, which we are going to claim for ourselves. Um, and once we arrived at Western, some of the party members had conversations between them to kind of have a bit of a debrief as to the what's occurred while we're in the other plane. Cloud, Toto, and Elspeth were able to search the ship before we had to let go of it, and found many a treasure, uh, which they have managed to identify most of them, with a couple of them still to be identified. Um, then the party went out exploring a little bit. Copy went on her own way because she doesn't like doing things as a party, and Elspeth and Cloud went to the temple where Visca is from to return his holy symbol to them, and also to get a tattoo on Elspeth's back of an eye so that she's got the deity looking after her back. Um, everyone kind of made their way back to the ship, but while they were kind of exploring the city, it seemed that the reality struck that the party have been away for a number of weeks, and during this time there seems to be have a bit of a revolution within Western that has led to the current political system being taken down and a new council of Western being set up. Um, One of the members, I believe, were our shop. It's a friend, the way to describe her. Miranda Killer, who is kind of our sponsor, I think that's the word I was looking for, is currently a member of said council, and she is currently, well, we don't know this yet, but I think she is currently a bit unhappy with us because we disappeared for so long without telling her properly. And it also seems that the Durolo family, namely Percy Durolo and Vixalia Durolo, are currently in Western. And Cloud had a bit of an encounter with the two of them. And that's where we can pick up, if I recall correctly.
Pretty much, yeah. So, how do the party wish to proceed? There are several people up on the top deck of the ship are seeing in the distance the Rolos trinket and still conscious, though pretty much incapacitated hobgoblin getting dragged towards the gates of Westrun. Who would like to kick things off for today?
Do we want to take a quick pause and see if Azay wanted to do something before, if Azay was going to do something during the last episode, essentially, and if he wanted to do any kind of RP or interaction with other people?
Oh yeah, I meant to do that from last week. Yeah. So as Has he got anything in particular he wants to do from the trip from the demi-plane, the Astral Sea, back to Westerland?
He'll mostly just be checking on everyone's condition during the travel to make sure they're all right, like dealing with anyone who's getting motion sickness and whatnot. So basically, just trying to be a ship's doctor for everyone.
Well, most people were fine on the trip. There's a few people who were a bit worse for wear from being in captivity for so long, and you tend to like minor injuries and malnutrition was most things. But yeah, that's all as he wanted to do. Anything else?
No, that would be pretty much it, because there won't really be a need for him to explore the ship, and if a member of the party needed his help with something, they could always come to him.
Right. So back to current time. It is like late morning, early afternoon. So sun's in the sky, birds are singing. Restaurants
Has
seems to be in a stable position. The last time it's been for the first time in months.
has Cloud come back and told us about what happened with him?
He hasn't told us, but he's come back because I've pulled the arrow out of his back and healed him.
Becca, could you just have a quick look at your mic, please? I heard a lot of static noise at the back. Okay. Yeah. I think Copy would have been downstairs at this point.
Yeah, you were downstairs.
Yeah, she was downstairs. So I don't know anything that's happening on board.
Cloud would, after Elizabeth had healed Cloud, turn around and say, maybe it's about time we got everybody and went and see exactly what's happening in the city.
Yeah, would seem like a good idea. Have I seen Vex and Percy walk past, by the way, DM?
I would say you can see people walking in the distance. You're not quite sure who they are, though the sight of the bear is kind of unusual and kind of catches your eye.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, yes. Probably best to not keep Miranda waiting anymore. I do not believe she's best pleased with us as is.
Yeah, yes, but hopefully that we can clean this mess up. Cloud will summon his familiar, which is still in eagle form, and send it to Ellie's house just to check on her. Sort of go and get everybody else, start knocking on doors and telling everybody.
Someone just kick the bucket in your house.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll help go gather people and go, come on, got an appointment, need to go sort this mess out. Apparently
Oh,
we've
yeah,
been gone
heads off
2 months.
to Ellie's and does a little flyby, and things seem to be fine. Kids are out enjoying the sunshine pretty early doors.
Is there a large dire wolf anywhere to be seen?
Oh, yeah. And by large, I mean pretty much just below full size. Over got big.
As Elizabeth and Cloud are going knocking on everybody's doors, getting them together, Elizabeth will probably just notice Cloud just sort of chuckle to himself a little bit and give you a bit of a side eye.
What did I do that was funny?
Nothing, my dear. You just something we'll find out about in a bit. Don't worry.
Okay then. Well, do you want to grab Toto and Azzy, and I'll grab Copy and Maka? Elizabeth and Maka? Sorry, I don't say Copy in game.
That's fine.
It's
Yeah.
it's all good. I understand that.
It's because you've got your name on the Roll20 as copy.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause I you know, at one point I was deciding to continue to change it, but then I was like, okay, don't know whether I want to or not. But yeah, that's fine. I understand it because I only told one person my actual names. Fine.
Of course, my dear. I'll get the boys. And Cloud will go and start banging on Azzy's and Toto's doors.
Cool. Bang, bang, bang on the door, and respond however they respond.
Yes, how can I help?
We're about to head off into the city to see what sort of trouble we've made.
Yes, I should probably head back to the temple and check in as well.
Do I have to wear fancy clothes, or can I wear my Crocs? Is this like a dress-up occasion?
Uh, no, not really.
And
Crocs
Toto,
it is.
nobody wears Croc.
I'm bringing them in.
You
For the
killed the
record, there's
dragon.
fresh fish in the heels.
Hey.
As he's the one who killed the dragon, I think he can wear what he likes.
Give it a year, everyone will be wearing them.
And I will go and get the girls. So, knock, knock, knock on both Elizabeth's and Maka's door.
Yes.
We are going into West Run to speak to Miranda. Apparently we've been gone 2 months, so we have some making up to do. Would you wish to come along, or are you staying here?
I'll come along, but you do realize there was a lot of trouble outside, so I don't know. It might be dangerous. Are you ready to travel through fights if necessary?
Have we not just come from a dragon fight? What part of surviving that, well, almost pretty much surviving that, I'm pretty sure some whatever we'll encounter in West Run will not be an issue.
All right. Give me a few minutes. Let me just put something away.
Okay, we'll meet you up on deck.
I'm just gonna kind of hide some of the schematics that I've been trying to work on how to improve my guns, and then join them.
Cool. Maka eventually joined Jane. Looks like she had a bit of a rough night sleep. Of bags forming under the eyes.
I'm gonna go, darling, we only need 4 hours of sleep. How did you not sleep for 4 hours?
Just like murmurs something under her breath and just kind of walks past you.
My guess is the same way all wizards tend not to sleep. Their nose too deep in a book.
So everyone's all on the top deck, ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Airplay and leave at your leisure.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of Westrun. Let us
Nah.
go.
You know what? I was thinking the exact same thing in my head. Copy will always walk a little bit behind the group, but usually almost follow exactly Elspeth's footstep, but like 50 feet behind her.
Do I notice her doing this?
What's your passive perception?
Fuck, let me pull the character sheet up.
She probably will, because I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just walking
15.
behind.
Yeah, not being stealthy, then you'll notice.
She won't say anything, but she'll note it as fucking weird.
Start walking through the streets of Westrun. It's pretty quiet, uneventful day. Everything seems to be nice and peaceful for a change. Takes you about good 15-20 minutes. They eventually walk to where the chambers are to Miranda's place.
Can I stop and get food on the way? Like, just stop and get like pastries and coffee on the.
There's a baker's. There's a actually, funny enough, as you turn around, there's a nice little freshly just opened baker's called the Slayer's Cake.
Then I'm just gonna get loads of like pastries and coffees and stuff.
Wait, is this Slayer's Cake the Starbucks of our story?
Oh, they're branching out a little bit. It turned into one in which Whitestone's been very popular and decided to branch out. So,
So more for Cafe Nero as opposed to a Starbucks or a Costa.
whatever kind of mass coffee shop you want to go for, go ahead. In your mind.
Us up here in Glasgow, we do Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons.
I do.
And by the way, if anyone doesn't ever tried Tim's, yeah, good shit.
Yeah, I do Starbucks here in Warsaw. I do Tim Hortons in Birmingham because it's so good.
I live in the south. We have Pret. That is it.
I remember that pain.
Pret a Manger is pretty high class, Sam, so I think you're actually winning out at this point.
I think we're off track.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I go into Pret, Tim Hortons, Starbucks, Costa, Nero, and just get breakfast for everyone.
I think all in it'll be like 2 gold pieces for like a bunch of just simple pastries and very strong coffees just handed out to everybody. Freshly
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah, just I get one for everybody. And just start handing them out.
Thank you.
I don't know
Thank
if any of you drink coffee, but you're all having one anyway.
Black, good road.
I could just grab it in both hands and just kind of just gently sips at it. Just looking over the top of it to everybody.
I don't recall ever drinking on the ship. Why do I feel like I've got a hangover? Oh, I remember. I spent time with the orc.
I think you might have had a round or 5 with the orcs just because, hey, Prince Week, you have a drink and practically force fed you at one point.
God for restoration spells.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you were handstanding at one point.
Won't be the first time.
I assumed that you were one of those kind of clerics that doesn't drink and doesn't do any of the fun stuff.
I'm a cleric of life. I celebrate life when I can.
All right. All right. We'll put it to the test.
And for the coffee, by the way.
It's all right.
I will pass, thank you, Toto.
Okay.
I'm one of those boring people that doesn't do alcohol or caffeine, doesn't have any fun.
Oh, I know you do some fun stuff.
Oh, what sort of fun stuff are you talking about?
That would
Never
be none of
mind.
your business.
Okay.
Maybe I can help you get with someone else that will do some fun stuff this evening, Toto.
Maybe. It's been a while, but that would be greatly appreciated.
Of course, once we're done here, I will take you to a friend of mine.
All right. I'm in. Let's get this done then. Let's get it done quick. Before we go in there, right, and we go and speak to some sort of council, can we all agree somebody to be in charge of the conversation?
Well, I'd like to point out that we are going to Miranda's house, not the council building.
All right. Well, that's all right then. But we should still have somebody in charge because I don't feel like I should be in charge of speaking to anybody high up. I don't feel like Elizabeth should be in charge of speaking to anybody high up.
I tend to annoy people who are higher when I speak.
Right? So that's Azzy out. So that's either Cloud, Maka, or Elspeth. You got to take charge. Please don't let me speak.
Cloud sort of turns to Elsbeth and goes, "You are slightly better at talking to people."
I'm not sure I agree with that, but I will be the face of the group this time if you want me to be.
I'll be right by your side if you need anything.
Do you remember what happened last time we went into Miranda's house with no plan, and then we just ruined our chances of being friends with her, and then had to go and make it up, and let's just cut that out and just have one of you two talk.
I do not mind being the talker. One thing I'm good at is charming people. Most people.
See, there we go then.
You can do it next time, though.
Of course, not a problem.
I assume we get to the door.
Scott, if you're saying something, we can't hear you.
I see Scott's mic lighting up, but no sound.
Just waiting for the drop kick.
Yeah, just
I'm
like
really confused as to why there's such a detailed map on the screen. What are you trying to tell us, Scott?
The split second I thought you were being serious and had to zoom out because I was like, there's no fucking map on my screen. No, still no sound, Scott. I can see the light lighting up again.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Hello, is it working now?
Hey, there we go.
Like 99% of IT problems is just turning it off and on again.
I'll be honest, I nearly dropped the microphone a minute ago, so that may be why it shit bricks.
He went, oh no, the floor suddenly stopped transmitting.
Well, to be honest, it's the fastest I've moved all day. They're like, nope! But yeah, so after deciding who's going to be speaking for the party, you approach the council chamber doors, guards open up and go, they're expecting it. Or at least she is. Can they give each other side eye?
Fantastic.
Good mood, bad mood, anything?
Again, they're both kind of side eyeing each other and goes, yeah, better go in and see her.
Where's
Insight
Salvador when
on
I need
side
him?
eye.
Yeah, you look around and you see all Salvador himself just back into the chamber, just talking to a bunch of people.
Oh,
Seems
Carl.
whatever the conversation is that they're having seems to be quite a deepening, enthralling one for all involved.
I'm going to cast a message to him and go, darling, you don't fancy coming to save my ass from a very angry Miranda, do you?
His ears kind of perk up from the distance and he's a bit like kind of like hushes up the conversation and goes, they're right there. And just whatever he says to these people, they kind of go, okay, whatever, disappear. He starts walking towards the group. He goes, Elspeth, my dear, it's a long time no see.
Longer for you than it has been for me, I'm sure.
Where have I heard that before? Hmm.
I don't believe you've been introduced, but this is Cloud, Toto, Maka, Elizabeth, and Azzy. Have I forgotten someone? I don't think I have. Out of game. Have I forgotten anyone? Anyone going to be incredibly insulted right now?
No, I think you got everybody. Toto, yeah, I think you got everybody.
Okay, guys,
mean-
this is
They would introduce Taksim as well, but I don't think he's following us around anymore.
no.
Yeah, he's not
He's
following.
doing
He
pretty well.
he disappeared a while back before he's left for for the Astral Sea.
I'll go. This is a friend of mine named Salvador. He is friendly with Miranda and might help smooth troubled waters.
Very
Hello,
finely dressed tiefling
Salvador.
with like the
Has been a
flared
while.
collar and fancy suit.
Oh,
Very
pleasure
interesting
to
bunch
meet
of
you, sir.
companions. And he shakes hands to anyone who accepts, and when Maka puts her hand out, he kind of just kisses the back of it and goes, "Lovely to meet you, my dear." And gives her a slight wink.
No, she is not what you're looking for. Giving him a knowing look.
I don't
I'll-
know.
I'll-
I have a few clients who would be very happy for. I'm joking, and he just kind of gives you a kind of half
I'll
pat his arm.
I'll put my hand up, expecting that he does, gives me the kiss that he was giving Maka. I'm like, and I'll just wait.
And he gets to you eventually after everyone else goes, and I mean, you're very curious, and goes, we haven't seen one of your kind in a while.
What do you mean by that?
It's just
sorry.
a coy look. Goes,
I just want to quickly point out, just
and
quickly
just
point
taps
out.
his nose, going, I understand. There's a whole sort of my lips are sealed thing, just kind of steps back.
Sorry, I just want to quickly point out that I would have, when I left the ship, I would have transformed into Elizabeth and not been copied.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, just making sure.
Salvador's very insightful, as it would be. Nudge, nudge. Uh,
How is business going, Salvador?
what mainly, especially now that people have been able to relax a bit more. We know that the Margave has been how should we put it, removed from office.
Have you been
See,
getting
the city's
the...
is far more liberal place. Kind of gives that sort of raised eyebrow.
Have you still been receiving treatment from the temple?
That's been cleared up for some time now. Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, don't
You're
worry, we've
welcome.
learnt he's likes to do things like that.
But yeah, I believe Miss Keller is looking for you all.
Yes. Well, we've brought her ship, so we're hoping that will smooth whatever issues we may have had.
We'll see. We'll see. Come now. You can just beckon you all forward. It's like, I'll take you to our office.
But this is why I'm bringing you with us, because I'm pretty sure if the ship doesn't work, you will.
Oh, believe me, I tried to warm that cold heart of hers for years, but it seems you lot seem to have done more in your little prior escapades than I ever managed.
I do not believe that for a second.
So you give your father too much credit. He starts to kind of double up his efforts to get used to the through the busy crowds and the council chambers, and goes, "Let's see, third on the aha." And you see the little name plaque that's been recently attached to the door, and it says "I'm Keller" on it. And you go, in here.
I will knock on the door.
The door, and you hear her kind of like, "Yes."
Good day. We have come for our meeting.
Right, but you hear the doors have been unlocked, and a guard opens the door for you.
I will gesture for everybody else to walk in before me.
I'll walk in, but I'll immediately step to the side of the door.
Cloud will walk in and give a slight bow and step to the side as well.
Yeah, Toto's just going to copy exactly what Cloud does.
As you'll do the exact same.
As Salvador's about to walk in, he goes, "Oh, wait. I just remembered I have something very important to do, so if you'll excuse me for a moment, my dear," and kind of gives Elspeth a kind of half kiss on the cheek and goes, "I'll be right back," and just beelines it down the corridor.
Arsehole. Oh, I'll say under my breath, should have known better. And I'll walk in and sort of nod at her and be in the room.
She finishes writing something on her desk, puts the quill back in its inkwell, and then just looks at you all as the door shuts behind you. Both arms on the desk, hands together, and her head just rests on her hands, just like, well.
Well, we weren't expecting to go quite that sharply, but we learned of the urgency of the situation to go and rescue the citizens of your fair city. For us, it has only been, what, a week? However, we have recently learned for you it has been 2 months. So while we assumed we were being as quick as possible, you have had to wait, so I do apologise. We brought you a bigger ship back, though.
And her gaze has been unflinching the whole time you've been speaking, just staring at you all, just slowly scanning from side to the group, to the other side of the group.
Having a weird suspicion and knowing that there are creatures that can pretend to be people, can I insight check her to make sure she is actually Miranda and not a weird tentacle demon in disguise?
Oddly specific, but yeah, go ahead. That check all you wish.
Dirty 20.
Oh, it's Miranda, all right.
Awesome.
But slight impression is intent behind those eyes. gestures to you all to kind of move to the side of the room in front of the fireplace, which is on the left side of the room, just like this very fancy looking fireplace. Like, all of you stand over there.
As he moved over,
Cloud would as well. But also looking around the room, making sure there's nothing of any sort of anything hidden or that she might spring on us for any reason.
Make a perception check. Very nice. Our guards have got hand crossbows stashed underneath their cloaks, and she's got one underneath her desk.
Copy's gonna move over as well, but kind of just keeping a passive eye over everything. She wouldn't have noticed any of the crossbows, but she's just generally being a bit cautious.
Elspeth will not move.
Cloud will telepathically tell Elizabeth about the crossbows, just to be on the safe side.
Awesome.
Toto will move, but he's still going to be eating a pastry.
Just
Oblivious that there's any other agenda other than we need to move to the other side of the.
I said Elspeth will remain where she is.
kind of looking and going, are you not going to join your friends over the side of the room?
I believe we've done this whole attitude measuring contest before and we came out fairly even. So no, I will stay here.
At that point, you can hear a very firm knock at the door, and he goes, "Sure."
I will move slightly to the left, like not the whole way, but just out of the way of the door.
As you open the door, more guards walk in. They take position on the right side of the room. And Miranda just looks at all of them and goes, "See, I used to have a bit of a reputation for when people kind of do a misdeed as severe as you lot had done." And you see her hand just starts to slide towards underneath her desk.
Careful where you put your hand, my dear. Don't want any accidents.
Gives you a coy eye and goes, "Accidents?"
Just give her a cheeky wink.
That's going to bite one side of her lip and kind of goes, "Oh, well, I think you'll find there's no accidents happening here today." And just as soon as the last guard enters and the door shuts, they all pull their crossbows out, and she goes, "Now." Whole group of guards plus herself fire off hand crossbows. But as soon as they get within, like, say, 3 inches of each of you, they all just go, and it's just like almost like a firecracker. And she just bursts out and starts like, "Did you honestly think I was gonna fucking kill you in my office?" And they all just look at your stunned faces. Even the guards are sitting there going, "We couldn't keep her straight. We're sorry, guys." She paid us like extra 5 gold each, just and she's like, "You lot, take 5, right? Okay, you've done your part. You've done your part." And she kind of sits back in a like more relaxed thing. She pulls a bottle of like wine from underneath her desk, pours herself a glass, and goes, "You can relax now." I
Just see
was
this
going for a sec.
crackling green energy held in a Cloud's hand, and then he dissipates it.
He's like, I should have been more careful with you, Furball. You were like almost onto that there. You thought I was actually going to shoot one of you in the face. The look on, oh, she's just kind of just amusing at herself right now. It's the most fun I've had in like 3 weeks. You'll forgive my indulgence.
You'd forgive our stress, considering we've just had a fight with a very big dragon.
Yeah, I heard
Two
someone
smaller
mention about
dragons.
your escapades from some of the people you freed. Just to say, we're quite impressed. In fact, I think there's actually a couple of people who would like to actually congratulate you themselves. Could be, and she pulls out this weird contraption on her wrist and he goes, 3, 2, 1. Nothing happens. 4 more seconds go by, nothing happens, and then you hear another knock a firm knock at the door, and you go, bloody thing's not been tuned right. I need to have him. Need to have the roll look at it. Yes, and the door opens, and of course, first person thing to bumble through is the big, massive fur and plate armor. Kind of bumbles way, almost getting stuck in the doorway because of how big he is. And then you just hear a very firm. It's like, "Oh, Trinket, darling, 1 sec." And the other door gets opened by like a sly hand coming in and unlocking it. Both doors open. Trinket comes through, followed by Vex, and then Percy himself.
I'm going to make sure I am at the very back of the room. I'm not in the mood for any limelight, so I will be avoiding that.
Copy's also just gonna slink to one of the corners where it's a bit darker, and if anyone's kind of looking at her, she's gonna turn invisible.
Might want to pop that now because at that moment, as you guys are slinking into the corners, both Vex and Percy turn round to address you and go, "Ah, yes, this is the famous little group of misfits. How do you all do? I believe. Ah, yes, we met Cloud in the just outside the city limits.
Oh, good to see you again, my lord.
Likewise, my good fellow. We hear," and he pulls a chair out and sits down and going, "that you all went to the Astral Sea, then eventually found Githyanki Hideout, and then beat the living crap out of a bunch of dragons."
Short version, yes. Telepathically, Cloud sort of saying to Elsbeth, "Is this what you mean by the next one?"
I'll cast a message and go, not really, but I owe you one.
You understand that there was a particularly larger specimen among the dragons that was dealt with by one of your own?
Instantly point to Toto.
That'd be
You get it.
me. I want to approach Vex and just get on one knee like a proposal and hold out my hand for hers.
At that point, you just have like Trinket kind of just moves over and just go, and just gives you a big, massive lick across the face. One of your sideburns is like stuck up the way, just covered in like bear slabbers and just like. And Vex is trying to keep a straight face, but she's just like, "Trinket, darling, I was gonna give him a little pick on the cheek, but you know what? That'll do. That'll do. That'll be fine." She's just patting the leg.
God damn it.
Although, and he goes, Percival aside and goes, "Are we sure we're just gonna give this away? I mean, it's worth a lot of go." And he goes, "Vexalia, lying around." Oh, but just even like a discount. Come on, I done a lot of good things with that bow. And she's like, and he goes, "We were gonna just hand it over to Miranda as a gift, but you know, dragon killing is a bit of a thing that we had. You know, you remember those years? It's like more than you do in your old age." Just give him a kind of casual flick in the nose and goes like, "What is your full name again, sir?" Talking to Toto.
Half pint. Toto, half pint.
Well, you're gonna clears her throat, fixes the feather in her ear, and goes, "I haven't done this in a while, so forgive me a bit." She kind of tidies herself up a little bit, kind of like just tugging at her like leather armor, just like, "How do I look?" In versus like divine. Now, can you get on with it? Divine pulls out a satchel at the back and pulls out this particular longbow. She pulls out. Well-crafted, elvish designs with mithril scrolling over it and platinum caps on the tips. Well, total half pint. For your part in slaying of the larger of the dragons that were held many a citizens from all over of Taldore, from uh, Westrun and beyond, I would like to present to you, and she kind of just winces a little bit at the idea of giving this away for nothing, but she manages to power through it and goes, "This bow here as a token of appreciation and as thanks on behalf of the greater city of Westrun and that of your friends now in Whitestone. Congratulations." And on your other side, which not been covered in like Bear Slabber, she gives you a kiss in the cheek. What she's just handed you is the longbow of the Sky Sentinel,
I fucking hoped that's what it was gonna be.
our old bow.
I take a minute to collect myself. I'll just look up, bow my head, and I'll say, I don't really know what to say.
See, as you're about to just like, I don't know what to say, do me a favour, make me a wisdom saving throw.
God.
Oh, you're overwhelmed by the fact that members of Vox Machina have that apparently are all these like big hero types from years ago, and two of them have just arrived today. And one of them handed you one of our robos, and it's awesome. It's really cool looking, and it's like looks freakishly expensive, and you're just like, this is the shit. There was something kind of clawing at the back of your mind, and it's kind of just receded back to whatever you're gonna say.
It just, I just, I don't know what to say. It's the best gift I've ever received. It's really, I'm humbled to be in your presence, and I'm extremely grateful for this gift. But it wasn't just me that done it. It was everybody, even those that don't want to take, the limelight or the responsibility for saving all those people. We all did it. Everybody played an equal part. But
At
thank
that point, Percy steps forward and goes, "Yes, team efforts are always the way to go in such victories." And on that note, yourself and all your merry band here, if ever should you come near Whitestone, consider yourselves guests of the Derolo estate.
I'm just gonna look back at the rest of the group and like thumbs up.
Cloud just gives you a half smile and a nod, and then bows towards Percy and Vex.
At which point you can just see like Vex is just lapping up the people about me. This is great. Whereas Percy's just like, yeah, she's still not used to it after all these years. Keep doing it. She loves it, by the way. But I'm not going to stop you. Whatever makes her happy makes me happy. And the two of them just kind of that sort of like just coy eye. One of the others just like sappy display. Trinket kind of bumbles over towards Maka, and Maka just kind of is like, "Oh, hi." Ruffles his fur a little bit, and he's just like, just enjoying it. And they're just sitting there, just enjoying a little bit of the house wine, just like, Yeah, big hero types.
This whole time, if like Percy's got bad news on him, I'm just kind of from afar. I'm just looking at it, examining it. I'm basically just taking a stock of both of them. See if they're ever going to be aggressive. I need to know how to kind of deal with. If they're ever going to try to act up, basically.
Oh, well, hang on a sec. Yep. Vex is, still lapping up the limelight. However, Percival kind of twicks to the corner and immediately reaches for his waist and goes, "And who's the figure in the corner of the room?" Everyone can just hear the hammer getting put back on retort.
Do I not get to roll stealth check?
At a 25, I don't think you're going to make that.
With a plus 11, I can try.
Try, but I don't think you'll be at 25. Do I would
With,
fucking so
with
sad.
advantage because it's invisible.
Considering the fact that you're in a very crowded room, sitting in the corner,
Cool, no worries.
straight roll.
Almost.
Almost.
Uh,
So I do like to point out that Miranda would grass you in the fact that there's more, there's one less person in this room here.
oh, she's a bitch, anyways. Never
Not
liked
that
her.
she's done it. She's not done it, but I'm saying that if that were the case, you go, yeah, someone else is meant to be in here. So
I'll drop invisibility and say Doran Esmeralda's third. I am a personal bodyguard of Miss Elspeth over here. But as you know, with bodyguards, we shouldn't show our faces. So once unknown people enter the room, I decided to sneak away in the shadows.
anyone taking note in the corner on the main desk, Miranda's trying not to spit her wine out right now. She's like, "This is the best day ever."
Hang on, I thought your name was Elizabeth.
At that
Elizabeth,
point, you could just see the spit into the glass bottle, and she's like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm just getting comfy now and watching this."
I'm going to go. It doesn't matter who she is. She's with us. She's not here to do any harm to anybody, but she's with us.
I would have also changed appearance. I would have changed appearance, which would drop my invisibility, and I'll look a bit more like kind of like a bit more like a maid kind of look, but like a bodyguard maid in a way. I'm gonna Google that. Give me a second.
Hang on, put in Black Lagoon maid.
I don't think you should be googling bodyguard
I-
maid. To be
I
fair,
I
not
don't
Google
particularly want to
anything
Google Black
Ali
Lagoon
tells
either,
you
to be
to.
honest. I don't
It's an-
particularly want to Google Black Lagoon either because I know what Black Lagoon is.
I'm pretty sure I remember what, the maid from Black Lagoon. I can't remember what's her name. I know what one you're on
Roberta.
about though. Roberta, yeah. I know what one you're on about now. Oh fuck, that's an image. Roberta versus Percival. Oh, that's a matchup I never expected to see. Your death battle. Here's a suggestion. Anyway, so, yeah, roll me deception because that's a lot of horse shit you just spouted.
does she get advantage because I'm helping?
Yes.
Plus, I'm trying to be someone else. I'll get advantage anyway.
Anyway, but
Oh, for fuck's sake! One of the dice is on a 16, and then it dropped to a 3. Okay, you know what? I need to roll my dice now. Yeah, that was a shit when I was 15.
Still kind of eyeing you up cautiously. Undoes the hammer and retort. In future, Miss Keller, if someone goes enters your room and before either myself or my wife were to enter again, and she goes, yeah, okay, my bad, Lord de Rollo. You just side eyes at copy.
Yeah, today's going to be a shit rolling day. I just 220. They just came out shit. Yeah, guys, we're going to die today. Just throwing it out there.
I got a natural 20, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. I'm going to die.
I have yet to roll, so
So Miranda's currently eyeing Elizabeth up with like a malicious intent, blunderbuss loaded kind of stare, and then she goes back to like pursing. But yes, thank you both for coming. We'll discuss the trade route dispute and the hobgoblin threat. Which, by the way, thank you for bringing the one that you found on the street, and that was very helpful. Because we thought they took the scenic route, bump into this fellow over here, and yeah, we thought we'd bring one in. That was Vex kind of just like, yeah. All a day's work, just kind of sauntering about in the woods, kill a couple of hobgoblins, and then throw one in your cells. If you don't mind us, we'll go and grab ourselves some breakfast, and we'll see you at some point later this evening, Miss Kellett. Come on, drink it, darling. And Vex kind of just strolls out with.
Cloud will wave his hand up and before you go, Lady and Lord Derolo, did you know a gentleman, a Luxodon by the name of London?
Hear a kind of heavy sigh come from them both, and they go, "Yes, we do recall London. Yes, he was a very stalwart member of the Palace Guard, or the Pale Guard. Yeah,
Obviously, it's been 2 months for you, so obviously you know he fell in the battle against a GIF. But when we were on the Astral Sea and at their base and such, I did acquire these, and Cloud will pull out London's tusk and the sword his tusk was made into and lay them on the desk in front of them.
Can I kind of try and slip the photo of London's family that you always carried into Cloud's hand? Like, make it look like I'm trying to hold his hand, but give him the photo and then sort of step back.
make a sleight of hand check, see how subtle you can do it, or if you drop.
Nope.
Get the hand, but then the little picture just falls out and just slowly, but and very obviously, kind of just drifts and ends up in the middle of the room. At which point, Vex will be the one to pick it up. Always did love his children.
He was it's not he was a bit of a stick in the mud, but I can respect his love for his family.
Jessica was about to say something, then kind of holds back and goes, "Yes, well, his family have been made aware of the circumstances in which he fell, and all pride aside and grief aside, it was probably, if he ever chose a way to go, it probably would be defending innocent people from those that would do wrong. So he's to hold the sword and the tusk and goes, we'll return these to his family once we return back to Whitestone."
Of course. When we see, hope to see you well again.
Likewise, take care of yourselves out there and try not to get into too much trouble. I know that, and coming from me, that's quite an ask. And he puts his hand out and shakes everyone's hand.
Cloud will just say, yeah. Well, we'll try and give him a cheeky wink.
At which point you see kind of like popping up from behind Trinket, just like, back off, he's mine, kind of jokingly from Vexalia. I see what you're doing, Pussycat.
I was merely gesturing the type of the stories I've heard about you lot not trying to get into trouble.
At which point you see Miranda kind of going, my favourite ones were one involving the cows. That was spectacular. And just kind of sit whilst looking both at the rollers and go, everyone always brings up at some point in the party the fucking cow, plain cow incident. And at that point, both Vex and Percy will walk out. Trinket is the last one to walk out because he's still kind of enjoying the occasional little tummy rub from Maka, who's just like, you enjoy? You like? He's just like, just then leaves a big massive little like, sighs. He starts to walk out. Guards shut the doors over, and Miranda just kind of gets up from her desk, goes over to Elizabeth, and goes, stands very still in front of her, just staring her out.
What do you want? Because I can't give you a kiss if you want me to give you a kiss. That's just not how I work.
Miss Killer, one of the guards goes, would you like us to get? No. I'll deal with this one. She's sitting there for a moment trying to think of what to say, and right now she's just kind of like, you see the red building up on her cheeks.
Right. Huh. I really don't know what you want me to say.
Just lets out a sigh and goes, don't say anything. But know this is like the tip of the iceberg for if you ever pull shit like that again and embarrass me in that level again. And she just smacks you straight in the nose with a just like full on whack.
I'll
Bordering on broken nose territory here, just like, oh crack. You can just hear the
Yeah.
kind of.
That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I kind of adjust it back and say, it seems to be the pattern that I'm always embarrassing you. So what's different now?
What's the at that point she kind of breaks the going, what's the that was Lord and Lady fucking Derolo you just tried to spy on, you bitch.
Oh,
You had
no,
the
no.
fucking nerve.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of your compatriots, but that is definitely not the good thing to do right now. Do any of you agree?
I
That
mean,
perhaps maybe the one of like maybe a half dozen options of what not to fucking do. You just kind of did it.
we're still alive though, so profit.
Have you considered, Miranda, that maybe she wasn't spying, maybe she just didn't want the limelight? Not all of us are up for praise and whatever that was. As much as it's interesting and nice, maybe she wasn't spying, maybe she just didn't want to be here. So maybe you should calm down.
I agree with Elspeth.
Comes back from my Elspeth talking to me and goes, okay, you've lost any right to speak in my office or within 30 feet of me. Is that understood?
She's
Seems
saying
a
that
bit-
to me
Ju-
or
ju-
to copy?
To copy.
Okay.
Seems a bit rude.
I just
I mean,
we understood.
to be fair, I wasn't really speaking from the get-go. I was kind of sitting in the corner, and you tried to shoot us. So really, I'm the victim in this. But I shall
Will
respect
you be
your.
a victim in a moment if you don't shut up? I'm giving you one chance here. Do you understand? And she's giving you a very sort of like the fingers are like waving faces like, do you understand? Do not talk in my office.
I'll repeat exactly what she says, but I'm going to mimic without making sound.
Backhand you, slap. That
This-
means
Right, at
shut
that
up and
point-
don't talk.
This one I'll duck. This one I'll duck.
I will also cast Hold Person on her.
But then I'll back off because I'm done antagonizing her.
Wisdom save for Miranda.
F, she's held.
Oh, she's fucked. Yeah. At that point, the guards immediately kind of step forward and go, "Release her now."
Then she needs to stop slapping my friend. We brought back people from a terrible situation. We have been through a terrible situation. We walk in this door, you find it amusing to aim weapons at us and make us think we're about to be shot. We then, two people from another city walk in that we're meant to respect. My friend is trying to hide in the corner because she doesn't want to be here, and she thinks it's acceptable to behave like this. I will release her when she learns manners. If she wants to run a city, this is not the way to go about it.
Okie dokie, everybody. I think we're all getting our tensions a little bit too high now. And I will gesture for Elizabeth to step back a little bit, and then turn to Elizabeth and go, I think you can drop it now, my dear.
If she slaps one of us again, it will be more than a hold person I'm chucking at her. And I'll drop it.
Steps back towards the window at the back of her office. Do you want to know why that the Rolos were ready to take the head off the slightest little jump in the corner, despite all their years of experience? Maybe want to know why the idea of someone being cloaked in the corner of the room is probably an immediate red flag for either one of them.
Something
No
to
one?
do with Zephyr?
Yeah, well, there's that whole sort of like slams her hand and goes, and the tabaxi gets the platinum. Thank you, Cloud. Their friend, one of the other members of Vox Machina, the one that I named my child after, and she sits back at her desk, just kind of like, we had an assassination attempt only a short while ago. Hence, the target missed. Her father was was almost killed. Day after, attack on the Rolos happened. Although that one's not public knowledge, but you know what? Considering who you all are, I'll give you that one as a freebie. Now, tell me, does that maybe explain why Lord Derolo over there was ready to take your friend, and she's now daggers at Elizabeth, yeah, for having coming into my office, and rather than just politely decline or step to the back of the group, I would have, as much as I enjoy her company, would have actually said, this one actually likes to be quiet. I thought maybe after all the tensions that we've had here, which includes hobgoblin raids, Ravager attacks, revolution for Christ's sake, whoever that may be, phrase that the kids have been using a lot these days. Now standing while both hands are on the desk here with a subtle shake going, and you're wondering why everyone here is on a little bit of edge. We understand more than anybody here that you lot have done a tremendous amount of sacrifice, and we thought, you know what? In keeping in spirit with what your little gang's all about, perhaps showed a little bit of amusement. I had fucking so many arrangements I had made, and you could just see that she's starting to kind of like shake uncontrollably here.
Cloud will step
Two
over
of the
and
guards kind of start moving
pour
like
a drink into a glass. Just top her glass up a little bit.
Toto's gonna move to the side of the room that Miranda is on, like opposite where Elizabeth.
Uh, it's all right. You guys can stay here. I'm gonna head out anyways. Um, take care, I guess. And I'll walk out.
One of the guards near the doorway is about intercepting. She goes, Miranda just kind of waves her hand, and the guard kind of just opens the door.
And I'll kind of walk out and kind of just walk out the mansion completely and kind of stay outside.
Well, that was fun. I respect that. Obviously, 2 months, a lot of has happened. But at the same time, our 4-5 days, I will, though I do not like her too much, I will justify her that she did literally get killed by the dragon at one point. So, you know.
She just sits in silence.
Shall we leave or this is awkward?
Just a little bit. Again, another memorable meeting between us all. Yes, we'll probably be in town for a day or two before we head off. So if there's anything else you might need, let us know. And I hope you all are well, my dear. Shall we leave, everybody? And Cloud starts gesturing for everybody towards the door.
I'm straight out.
She goes, wait 30 seconds. And she's going to just try to kind of tidy herself out to be like, there's one last knock at the door. Guard opens the door and little Keyleth comes in. Seems like I kind of got a bit of a spring in her step. She's like, can I? Miranda kind of keeps a straight face and goes, I'm sure they'll like them, darling. Go ahead. Okay, puts her little kind of like little bracelet. She's like, I made these myself for you. Thanks. Like little kind of good crafted little floral bracelets with little kind of little semi-precious stones all buried through them.
I will kneel down in front of her so I'm at eye level and just reach out my wrist, letting her put one on.
On
I'm like, that
big
is
old smile
very
across her face.
pretty. Did you make this yourself?
Like bobs her head up and down, just like yeah.
That's really impressive. You have a very good talent. I'm going to take out a ribbon from my hair and go, well, I didn't make you anything, but you can have this. This works as a bracelet too, and I'll tie it around her wrist.
Goes around handing the rest out, and she realizes that she got an extra couple. She's like, "You're missing."
Yes, unfortunately, some already left. We'll give them to them in a bit if you want, and make sure they know who made them, and he'll tap her on the nose a little bit. Like,
And there's that whole sort of like kind of like buzz sensation as you tap on the nose, and change over the last extra couple of bracelets.
Toto doesn't really know how to talk to kids, so I assume I'm the same size as her as well, or if not
He's
shorter.
actually a little bit taller.
Okay. I'm just gonna accept the bracelet and then hand her back my half-eaten pastry. I don't really have anything, so here.
You know, looks a bit confused if you're getting that half-eaten pastry handed to her.
It's good. There's chocolate in it.
You know, looks up at Miranda and she goes, "It doesn't do well with people, but I'll get you fresh one, dear. It's the gesture that counts. It's the thought that counts. Say thank you." And she says thank you. Gives a little half bow.
Bow back. All right. Later.
Well, don't have anything at the moment, but I think I have something I can do for you. And I'll gently tap her nose as well, and I'll cast Bless on her.
Oh. Again, Maka's kind of just like awkwardly kind of going, "I don't know what to do here, but pinch your cheek." Pinches both cheeks and then kind of just like stands up and after taking the bracelet and starts following you out. They all left the office. Or
Yep.
yeah.
door closes behind. Opposite end of the corridor, you can just see Salvador just kind of sitting there, just like watching people going by on the balcony.
I would have left the building entirely and just kind of been like an adjacent alleyway or somewhere where I can see who's coming in and out, but they can't necessarily see me.
Oh,
Seeing Salvador, I'm going to go to the rest of the group. I will be a moment. You can wait outside or just tell me where you decide to go, and I'll meet you there, and I'll walk towards him. Arms crossed, face like a thundercloud.
and then he goes, so how did... And he notices how cross you're looking and goes, "Not the expression I was expecting. What happened?"
Have I mentioned that I hate you?
He was a bit taken back. It's like, May?
Forewarning would have been fantastic. Having a group of people pull weapons on us, even as a joke, after what we've been through, was not appreciated. Did not go down well. May have caused an international incident.
And he goes, "A particular sense of humour. Granted, probably should have given you a bit of forewarning, but I couldn't risk giving off a surprise. She's been under a lot of stress, being the forefront of a revolution and all. Been up to my horns in God knows how much of depressing bullshit lately.
Politics.
Things are a lot more simpler when you're on the back on the back end of the room trying to make sure that someone's dirty laundry doesn't get displayed, or at least making arrangements to make sure that the laundry gets dirtied in the first place.
True. I actually have a way for you to make it up to me.
Oh, I'm the innocent one here. All I was told to do was say nothing, and I did my part. However, I'm still open to doing things to help turn that frown of yours upside down. Name it.
I am going to be bringing one of my companions over to your place at some point today.
Oh?
He will not be with me, do not worry, he is looking for one of your girls. Is someone chewing in their mic? Because that's super irritating.
Sorry, it might be me. Apologies.
And I'm getting in the request a little early, because I'm sure he's going to have what he would like his lady friend to be, which I'm asking you to fulfill to your best standards. But I'm adding one addition to his request list of whatever he requests.
Leans back on the banister, goes, and what will that request be?
I want her to be the type of girl that will be able to make him feel like he's important and that he's not nothing. And I do not mean in the sexual way. I want her to be kind. And I know that's hard to come by in this profession, but I'm trusting you can fulfill.
Thinks for a moment, goes, I might be able to, but you know what? Leave it with me. Leave it with me, my dear, and I will do my best to fulfill all your needs.
I had a feeling you would, and I'll give him a kiss on the cheek. Until later.
And for what it's worth, try not to be too hard on any points towards the office.
I think it's me that you should be worried about. I'm pretty sure I now have a target on my back, so...
Believe me, my dear, from what I remember hearing about that lady in her old days, if there was a target on your back, there'd already be a knife in it. After all, she seems to have taken a liking to your group. Well, most of you.
I think that's going to be a running theme, that people will like most of our group.
As you say, politics. Until later this evening.
Until this evening, thank you. And I shall leave and join the rest of the group. I'll message Cloud and go, where are you?
Just outside. We haven't gone far.
I shall step outside.
Outside, everyone's all there with the exception of Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you're in a nearby alleyway, just kind of observing things.
Yeah. Once I start kind of moving towards kind of going back to the ship, I'll follow behind.
I assume we're not going back to the ship because technically it's not ours anymore.
Yeah, we can use it as a free place to stay for a couple of nights while we're here.
True.
Basically, then I'll follow them around.
And technically, I was thinking about it. The first ship wasn't actually Miranda's anyway, because if it wasn't for us, the Paladin and his mate, the ship would have been captured. So I claim it's technically our ship that she was working with us with.
I'll let you take that one up with her.
So is there anywhere in particular anybody needs to go?
I would like to go and pick up my dog, if at all possible.
Cloud just gets a big smile on his face. Of course, that will be very simple.
Anyone else want to do anything before he's all head off to Ellie's and the
Well, I'm going to head to my temple. Um, is there anyone who wishes to come with me?
I'll come. I've never been to a temple before.
I will pass. Last time I stepped into a temple, the god decided to give me clerical abilities, so I will not risk it a second time.
Toto, you behave yourself. Don't get into any trouble without me.
Me get in trouble. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Leave the getting in trouble for this evening.
Really?
And Copy will follow Elspeth wherever she's going.
we'll go to the temple first.
Welcome
Uh,
to the Pello Temple, Toto.
What do you do at temple?
There are a few things, depending on position or whether you're actually coming for prayers or not. I was one of the many healer clerics here, so my duties tended to involve treating any sick people who came in. There are members of the clergy who prepare holy water. There's others who prepare medicines. Then you have the paladins who act as security.
So why aren't you here anymore?
Well, I kind of got caught up with this weird group of people and ended up going to a different plane for 2 months, apparently.
Right, I get ya.
It was fun. I never expected to actually, you know, injure slash kill a dragon.
Well, you know, that's just the kind of shit we're into.
Certainly interesting. And I know my skills aren't really the, the what's the word for it? Needed? Yes. I'm not really needed in the temple per se, because well, it's one of the fullest temples in all of Tadori. So I won't mind exploring with a group of people who knew how to take care of themselves.
Look,
You wouldn't happen to know a group like that, would you?
look, I'm gonna be fully honest and say I don't think everyone in our group has warmed to you, but I really appreciate the fact that you can bring people back to life, and you've already done it once, unfortunately. Um, but I would like to have you around. There's people in that group I want to keep safe, and I feel like you can do it. So I will I'll vouch for you being in our group if you want to tag along with me.
Sure, it could be interesting.
But here's the deal, right? You still owe me 350 gold pieces. Don't think I haven't forgotten that.
I never forget that.
Here's the deal. You give me 50 gold pieces. You keep 300 and you buy another one of those diamonds to revivify people. Okay?
When I get that amount of gold, I'll give it to you.
Well, the second we get back to the rest of the group, I'll give you that gold. You buy another one of those diamonds, you keep it to revivify anybody but me. If there's a choice between me and somebody else, you always pick that somebody else. If it's just me, then me. But if it's me and somebody else, unless it's Elizabeth, then maybe think twice. But if it's any of the others,
And is it just me, or does Elizabeth change her face quite?
yeah, she's a bit. Do you know what? Let's not get into that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just keep everybody safe, okay? And and I'll vouch for having you around.
Okay,
We need somebody that can keep everybody alive. Deal?
sure. On the condition you don't ever try and get someone else to be healed before you. If I can, I will heal both at the same time. I
That's
make
totally
sure
fine.
one
That's
person's
totally fine.
life takes priority over another. All life equal.
All right. Yeah. I'm not saying ignore me. You know, I'm not saying if I'm dead, just leave me, just throw me in the trash. I'm just saying if there's a couple of options, then put me at the back.
Well, the spell I used for Elizabeth was the emergency one. Um, but if more than a minute passes, the spell becomes a lot more expensive and takes a lot more effort.
All right. Well, whatever you got to do to keep people alive. Okay.
Very well, but if someone tells me beforehand they do not wish to be revived, I must respect that wish.
That's fine. I won't hold that against you.
Thank you.
Again, just to reiterate, I'm not saying I don't want to be revived. I'm just saying I'm the last option. Okay?
There is no last option. There
Oh, we're
is
just
only
going round in circles now. Don't make me regret this decision. All right?
every life is equal, therefore every option is equal. If
I
you're
might just,
closest, I might just heal you first.
I might just kill myself now.
Well, there's plenty to bring you back here.
Oh,
Although you would
I
have to
can't
pay for
win.
it.
I can't win.
You
All
can
right,
win. You just have to
you do,
live.
you do your temple shit, man. I'm just gonna follow you around. This was a mistake. Buy the fucking thing. Let's see. Do your temple shit. Let's go.
Okay. Um, so head to the Temple of Pelor and literally just it'll be as he just going. So I've been gone so long. I'm going to be leaving with a group of adventurers. Is that okay?
Or the other clerics are like, but of course, yeah, as long as you stay safe and you'll keep your companions in good health, then Pillar will be with you.
Yay! We killed a dragon. Well, in fact, this one killed a dragon.
I killed a dragon.
They're actually just like, not, we don't believe you, but disbelief is like, you killed a dragon?
I take out the dragon horn and just hold it above my head. You know, like the end of the Breakfast Club, and I just hold that pose, like but with the dragon horn in my hand.
There's like a bunch of we've heard the stories of other people killing dragons, but we've never actually met someone who killed a dragon. I mean, we've briefly talked to what's her name? Is it? Oh yeah, and they start kind of talking amongst themselves, and they kind of start circling around.
5 gold, and I'll tell you the story.
Make a persuasion check. They're kind of like, oh, now you're starting to sound like a cheap peddler of fancy tales now.
That was worth a try.
Yes. Oh, wait there. Didn't we kill 3 dragons?
It doesn't sound true, but it is.
I know, it's weird.
As you guys are trying to convince this group of clerics that you did in fact partake in the killing of several dragons, kind of pop the camera view out and just yeet it across restaurant to where Ellie's orphanage is, with I believe Elspeth, Cloud, and Elizabeth 20 paces behind or whatever.
Well, do we notice Elizabeth? Because I was
I'll
going to
be
say,
slightly further behind. And if it's an open space, I'll try to be even further behind.
Make a perception check, both of you, and see if you pick her up at all. But
Can I just give Cloud advantage on the perception check?
yeah,
well, that's the thing. Cloud wouldn't be looking for her because she wandered off, and from the middle of the West Run to Ellie's would take a bit of time to walk. So Cloud was just going to use the whistle of Find Familiar to create a giant eagle and fly there. So I'll can't see Copy following the group then.
objections from
Probably not, because I wouldn't be able to keep up. Side. Sorry, I think I cut off there. I wouldn't be able to keep up with the eagle. What's his flying speed? Is it 50?
60 or 80.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to keep up even if I ran like crazy. And I don't know enough about Ellie to be like, okay, yeah, I need. So, I'll probably wander the city and just kind of start heading towards the.
oh, as you're wandering around, we'll deal with the official stuff and then see what Copy sees.
So if we're
Yeah.
on the back of a giant eagle, I am holding on to Cloud like you wouldn't believe, because that shit is terrifying.
Oh, we're definitely going a lot slower than. Well, we're going at its pace, but we're not like dashing like we were doing out of the Gift Stronghold.
Yeah, but we're higher than we were at the gift stronghold.
True.
Don't worry. You're in safe hands. Eddie is going to be flying at a decent speed and steady pace. You know,
It's
is
not
what I want you to.
Eddie.
Yes.
Familiar's name is Bo.
What, you're not going to call Eddie the Eagle?
No. No. The
Okay.
Familiar's name is Bo. Little Miss Bojangles.
On the way there, I'm just gonna say very quietly, I did not do well in there, did I?
Tensions and everything. You wanted to protect a friend. And I understand Miranda sort of maybe did a joke that was a little bit extreme, but it was still a bit funny. And slapping Copy, from your point of view, was very disrespectful. From me, I just wish it was me, but you know.
She was being a bully, and I do not deal well with bullies. She probably didn't mean to be.
True. I don't think she really did, but from the explanation of assassination attempts on Percival and Keyleth, it sort of makes sense why, well, he was on edge and that sort of put Miranda on edge.
You would think she would have thought to at least tell us that they were coming if she wanted to avoid anything like that. She has met us before. She saw the scene we caused in her room.
Well, that is definitely true. Maybe she'd learn, maybe not to surprise us too much. Give us a bit of a heads up warning.
One can only hope.
But saying that, I think there was a bit more to copy going invisible when Percy and Vex came in.
She uses the same weapons he does.
Yes, and I do know for a fact Percy definitely disagrees with anybody having those weapons. You saw how London was when he first saw her using them, or had any inkling of it.
Yes, so maybe it was for her safety that she was hiding.
But at the same time, this is Vox Machina. They are not. They haven't done the deed they have by missing simple little thieves hiding with invisibility.
Oh, believe me, I'm aware. I think she's a little bit immature and didn't really think her decision through. Potentially just a self-defense mechanism. I think we've all done stupid things in the name of self-defense.
I can definitely agree with that, but something, well, she's your problem. I've got the other one to deal with. I still need to work out how to do that.
Well, at least you've got time to figure it out. You didn't really give me much time to figure out how to deal with her. Although now she seems rather... Have I told you she walked into my... I woke up to her sleeping outside my door. She then cast silence and proceeded to hug me for a minute.
You did not say this. She is definitely an odd one.
Yes, odd is not necessarily bad, but this is a little bit... I worry she's gaining an unhealthy attachment.
Well, in one way, I think she sort of needs an attachment, but what she said to us, well, I cannot remember if you were in the room at the time, but me and Toto, she spoke about the best way to, what was it? The best way to fool your enemies are to fool your friends. And Elizabeth isn't her real name, so it doesn't fill me with confidence in her.
Would it fill you with a little bit more confidence to know that I know her real name? I'm not going to share it because it was shared in confidence, but if that would ease your mind a little bit about her.
That's if you do know her real name.
True. I know the name she prefers to go by.
I don't. It does. The way she interacts with you is definitely a bit more calming in a way, but slight. You may not. I don't think I've noticed anybody else hear her, but slight things she whispers under her breath, saying certain things, doesn't fill me with great hope for her, but time will tell. If I keep my guard up around her a bit more, this is why, but from the, as you know, the type of lives we've grown up, it's hard to just let anybody walk in without keeping some sort of guard up for a while.
Oh yes, I very much understand that. I will most likely be the same with Azzy. I don't know if I'll ever get over the guard with that one.
I think only time will tell.
Yes. Only time will tell.
Now we get to see your little pup.
Yeah, at this point, you're coming in for the landing. Bojangles, circles round. Then finds a nice little patch to land on. You've arrived at your destination. First thing you notice, apart from always a couple of Goliath kids and all the others, and you see Ellie just kind of sit amongst them all, almost towering it like to Ellie's shoulder height, is this big, massive, just grey, silvery white fur. Little clover at the back.
Elspeth is just gonna freeze. And go, I guess this is what you were giggling at earlier.
Cloudy's just got a big ass Cheshire grin and like, you have fun with your little puppy.
At this point, it's been 2 months. I don't even know if she'll remember me.
Cloud will take a few steps away from Elspeth and then use prestidigitation to basically do a whistle from behind Elspeth to see if it gets Clover's attention.
Amongst all the kids turn around and you see the head of the dire wolf just gonna lift up, just like whoop, pees you both, and starts to slowly walk.
I'm gonna stand still. Because I don't know if she remembers me and I don't want to freak out a giant direwolf and maybe get eaten. Cloud can't heal after all.
I think I've got a healing potion.
So I'm just gonna stand there. Once she starts getting closer, I'm gonna put my hand out and just sort of let her sniff it like she's an actual dog.
Comes up and she's like just towering up. Leans in. Gives a good. Looks at you, kind of tilts the head. It's kind of that usual kind of like confused dog look. Slowly turns and starts to walk away.
Elspeth is just gonna hug herself.
Like a rummage in a nearby bush, as the direwolf picks something up, comes up. Fairly hefty looking branch. In front of you.
Am I even gonna be able to pick up this fucking branch? With a -2 in my strength.
With a bit of effort, you could.
Pick it up and throw it for her.
As you go to throw it,
Not towards the house. Towards the woods.
I'd imagine that Cloud's probably trying to hold back giggles as he tries to see you just like pick up this hefty branch. But as you try to go for the apex of the throat, it feels a lot lighter as it just kind of goes out your hand. And what you see behind you is now a bit oversized plant pot. And you see Clover just gonna sit there in front of you as if like, gotcha.
I forgot about Macca's mimic.
At that point, as you're kind of sitting there going, oh, you fucking just pranked me with a mimic. Clover starts taking this nuzzle into your neck.
I'm gonna
Like,
hug her.
massive nose just like almost knocks you over initially because you're like, oh, yeah, I forgot I'm like bigger now.
I'm gonna hug her and go, when did you get so big? We have a problem.
Literally just like you can't even wrap your arms fully around her. It's just big fluff.
I think we've got a new mount for Toto. Cloud.
Well, that's yeah. Cloud probably on the floor a little bit, just sort of laughing, wiping a tear away from his eye.
At that point, you have Ellie come over and go, "Well, hello, stranger."
Afternoon. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. Taking that thing for a walk has been an interesting experience for me and the boys.
Well, look on the bright side. At least it's about their size.
Or you've been a delight. It's just been a case of it's just so much energy. Bad enough having to keep up with these like young lads. You see all the Goliaths kind of just like doing the like workouts and stuff like that on the background, just like even teenage Goliaths are still ripped like fuck. Just like yeah, we don't skip arm day at all. Just like lifting up benches with the other kids sitting on them. But this big ball of fluff has been fun to have around. That little bastard though, and pointing to the plant pot, going. At which point you see the kind of like the rim of the plant pot just kind of do out a tongue going. Goes, that little shit can go. About 6 times in the past week, I've nearly had a heart attack because of it. Much to the amusement of the boys, but not me.
Yeah, that's. No, I cannot explain that one. Uh, but sorry for being so long that we've just found out. Would you believe we've only been gone 4 days? 5?
Brother, I know you had trouble counting as a kid, but really?
Dad just sort of gestures to Elizabeth.
Right now he's just like still trying to just like hug this direwolf with like
And
massive.
now she's giggling. Cloud thinks that her giant doggo is funny. She thinks Cloud getting told off by his sister is hilarious.
Dick.
I was just
Well,
this like smug as fuck right now, just like, really?
it's true. We've been gone like 5 days.
At that
Like,
point, I will perk
bro-
up and go, he is
yeah.
not lying. To us, it has been 5 days.
We got a ship. We went to the Astral Sea. We fought some big spiders. We met some hippo people. Went to a gift encampment castle doodad. Fought a bunch of gift. Fought 3 red dragons. Beat them all. Were victorious. Saved a load of slaves and came back.
My initial reaction to all that is just there was like slow clap and goes. And at what point did the sky fall down and the sun start shining out your ass?
And you know that. Don't know when the sky fell, but the sun has always shined down on my ass.
Yes, it has, brother. And she kind of just gets in and they're going to go, get you have your back for a ball.
I always
Will
hate
note that.
being the younger. I always hate being the younger one out of you lot. Well, not all of you, thankfully.
Showing your little reunion stroke catch up here. Let's just again pop the camera view out, spin over to Copy, who is wandering about West Run right now on the lonesome.
Hmm. I'm just gonna go back to the ship, trying to be as non-discreet as possible. No, trying to be as discreet as possible, not non-discreet. Trying to be as discreet as possible.
As you're wandering through the streets, you just minding your own business. There is one person who can just let and promptly bumps into you as you're walking past. You go, "Oh, excuse me, my dear. Sorry about that." Just kind of just carries on his way.
Is it Jafar?
Nope.
No. Why don't I recognize that voice? Do I recognize that voice?
Make an insight check, see if you recognize that voice.
That's a 10.
Can't quite place it.
I'm gonna ignore it, and I'm just gonna keep.
Going around minding your own business. You do eventually come across another fire genasi who you thought initially is Jafar, just kind of kicking about somewhere.
So he looks a bit like Jafar.
Looks a bit like him.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to him, and just kind of like, Jafar.
Oh, no surprise, everyone looking for that son of a bitch. No, it's not Jafar. I'm not him. Stop looking at me as if I'm just because I've got a flaming bit of a head that I'm exactly him.
All right, calm down. So, do you know him?
No, him. Oh, for fucking crying out! And just goes like sort of like over the top, just like combing the flames back, going, "Oh yeah, me and him go way back, way back. So we do. So back and far you think we were actually related, but we're not. But oh Jesus, fat.
So you guys are in
Hell,
fact twins.
more like business associates.
Ah, tell me more.
Oh, if I knew more about that son of a bit. He just dropped off the face of Taldori. I don't know where the hell he is.
You seem like a man who needs a drink. Let's go get a drink.
You're buying by all means. You can get me a drink because I could definitely use one.
Yeah, I'll get you a drink.
What's your name, kid?
Uh, hold on. Uh, Doran Esmeralda III.
Oh, really?
What do you mean, really? Yes, really.
Fanciest name? That's the fanciest name I've heard in a fucking long time in this shithole. All right, as he fucking lead the way then.
I'll take this chap to like the nearest pub that I can get, or nearest like bar I can get.
Yeah, there's one not too far away from you. It's got a handful of people in it.
I'll go up to the barkeep and say, 2, please,
Yeah, no bother though.
of your most potent drink, which is the cheapest to buy.
Potent drink, jeepers in Dubai. I starts kind of just like 2 fingers on the menu, kind of like find the bit in the middle and go, got it. At that point, the fire actually sits there and goes, "Oh, what a freaking time I've had lately! You wouldn't believe it, kid. You wouldn't believe it, if I told you the whole thing."
Firstly, I never caught your name.
Oh, my apologies. Gets you like both hands in and she goes, "Name's Iago. How you doing?"
Iago. I am. Okay. Okay. Right. Nice to meet you, Iago.
At that point, the barman he comes up with 2 drinks, goes, "Do your health, Essie," and going just like downs it in one.
Barkeep, I wanted 2 bottles, not 2 glasses, please. My friend Iago clearly is upset and needs some uh, help to recover.
At that point, you see the flames kind of brighten in his head. He goes, "You're the lady, kid. The bottles, the bottles, yeah, the bottles." The barkeep's kind of like, "Okay, calm your shit, okay, don't have him sitting far to the furniture."
No. He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
this is my new favorite person in the whole restaurant. And just kind of like a nice kind of like arm over the shoulders, like you and I are gonna go very good places, in fact.
Yeah, indeed, Iago. So tell me about yourself.
Well, you see, I came here like year ago, year and a half. It's a bit kind of dicey about the times here. Came here for the plane of fire. It's a bit warm now. It's a bit too much for me.
Hmm.
And me and my buddy here, Jafar, we thought we had, we had a thing going here. We know we have a little bit of a racket with magic items, the occasional selling of a carpet. Out
Um,
again, fuck you, Sam.
this whole time, um, this whole time, I'm basically just topping up his drink little by little. Like I'm drinking none of it. I'm just topping up his drink little by little.
You know what? Done this is like a whim thing. Just like this is gonna just for like shits and giggles. Now I can't stop. And oh, that video. For those who do watch the stream, yeah, I'm just linked Guildford Godfrey reading 50 Shades of Grey. Find it on YouTube. It is well worth the laugh. Anyhow, so yeah, couple drinks go by. He starts telling you about how me and Jafar came to like Taldor, restaurant. We thought we had a good thing going here. Finding local ruffians and convincing them that that certain items were like more worth than what they are, but not being too much like con artists dickheads. Like they were trying to like muscle their way into the magic item racket here. And then there was this time with a lamp. Something got really fucking crazy, but let's not go into that one. That one was a bit of a weird one. And he goes on to mention about how Jafar pissed off Miranda at one point. This Miranda killer chick, Jafar pissed her off something a little bit too much. And as soon as the revolution happened, the son of a bitch goes missing. Who knew?
Surely, being his friend, you would have a way to contact him.
And point was like, when I say he went missing, I mean he went. He starts kind of gesturing at his collar. Missing.
Oh, right. Um,
Apparently, selling a couple noble ladies some less than the magic items one time too many. It's a bad deal. He got what he deserved. In all fairness, right, as much as I love the guy, and he's get to the point where he's like a bit, tipsy now. He's like, as much as I love the guy, I hate the guy because he's a bit of a dick.
so these ladies he sold items to, who were they?
Well, you see, the thing is, the bar had a thing for like the young noble lady type. Yeah, what happened? I think he kind of, like rich, nobles kids, those who are like, really academic types, you know, good singing voice, stuff like that kind of thing, right? Good with animals. He had a type. He had a type. You know what I mean?
Quick out of character. Are you basically just describing Jasmine at this point?
Okay, come on, this fucking joke. I'm going for this full hog here just because it's.
I just so I have the image in my head because I didn't write down the entire description. I just want to know if it's actually Jasmine you're just describing.
Very much, yeah. I am just ripping this
Fantastic.
just because I thought it was funny.
Fantastic. Okay.
Balance the episode here. We're pretty dark earlier, and I was like, you know what? I want to liven the mood. What can I use to liven the mood? Go
No,
for
no.
Godfrey.
It wasn't a criticism whatsoever. I was just trying to I
It's just
understand.
I'm going. Did I really just do this?
Right, Iago. I
I've dug
feel you
myself a hole here and I can't get out.
Iago, I think you and I can be very good friends because you see, me and Jafar are very good friends as well. He sold me a couple of those items that you mentioned that were a little bit defected but overpriced. But also, I owe him a favor.
At that point, he tries to kind of lean back, doesn't realize that he still doesn't have a back to it, and goes, really? Whoop! And just falls back. Falls on his arse, and he's just like, that was a bit of a surprise. He just singes the carpet a little bit with his hair.
I'm gonna help him get up and top up his drink again.
But you say we could be good pals, and you got you're my buddy, my friend, a favor.
Yeah.
What do you mean by a favor? What do you mean? What do you mean you're my old Jafar, old buddy, old asshole? A favor.
So okay, so even though he's a bit of an asshole, he helped me up in a bind very early, and which helped me save a friend. So I owe him a small favor in return. And also, it could help you reunite yourself with Jafar. What do you say?
I said, hell yeah, why not?
Okay,
What's the
so
least I could do? What, you've been so nice. You've been so nice to me. Why not?
okay, so here's what we'll do. Okay, I'm gonna pay for these 2 bottles. I'm gonna buy you another bottle, and then when you wake up in the morning, I want you to start spreading a rumor that uh, a young lady from noble heritage from Whitestone has a little too much money, that she's trying to buy something that would impress. Uh, she's trying to buy something, and she's trying to buy something rich and very expensive and very shiny. And in order to find me, Jafar needs to come to this bar tomorrow at in the evening with his haul.
You know what? Just for you, just for you, I'll do that. I'll do that for you.
Yeah. And then just gonna look straight into his eyes, and like in like the scariest voice I can do, which I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna just look there in his eyes. Iago, if you let me down, I will find you. I will kill you, and I'll make sure you stay dead forever.
I'll
Deal?
take in your word for it. Ah! I'm just gonna pat you on the shoulder and go, let me start that rumor thing for you right now. Just 'cause it's you. Just 'cause it's you, I'll work up overtime for it.
Thank you, Iago. I'll go to the barkeep, ask for another bottle of the same thing, and ask him how much it was.
Oh, total about what 3 bottles altogether?
Yeah.
1 gold. It's the cheapest shit it's the worst shit you can probably give us, but hands you next out the 3rd bottle over and just takes the coin off you.
Yep. And I'll put the ball in front of Iago, and while he's
And at that point, you just hear the end of the bar. You see Iago standing on the top of a stone. Ladies and gentlemen, let me have your ears for a second. There's apparently some rich tart from Whitestone, right? And she's looking for big shiny rocks. Be on the lookout for her, alright? Okay. He just stumbles off a stool and starts heading out. He starts kind of going that okay symbol at the other end of the bar. Am I gonna get some fresh air, everybody? I'll be right back. And goes outside.
cool. Once I pay the barkeep off, I'll walk away and go towards the ship.
Okay. 10 minutes later, you find the ship. Couple of guards kind of watching over it and they see you coming and going, whispering at each other. Who are you?
Oh, sorry. I'm dressed a bit differently. I'm Elizabeth. I'm with Elspeth and the group. This is our ship.
Again, start whispering at each other and going, sorry, darling.
What do I need to show you to convince you? We were just at Miranda Keller's place. Everyone's
One
coming
guy
back.
goes to speak, the other guy goes, don't you fucking say a word. Don't. The guy goes to go to say something, he's like, don't. I'm fucking warning you, Greg. When she said say show us something, that's don't. You got us in trouble last time someone said that to it. Oh, but come on. You can go with Salvador's later. Come on, when you're off shift, just keep it in your pants just now. Yeah, sorry.
Did I hear you guys say Salvador? You know,
Look,
my friend is a close friend of Salvador's. Maybe if you let me in, don't ask any questions. I'll see what I can do.
persuasion check.
Is that a natural 20? Because it's natural 20 on my thing. Yeah, that's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20. They kind of go. If anyone asks, you got bias, and they kind of. And if your friend knows Salvador, put a good word for Greg and Reese over here.
Reese.
Yeah. At which point Greg kind of goes like, "Oh yeah, but now you better get on the action. They're not fucking action. They might be on duty. Shut up."
Do you have a surname, Greg and Reese?
Patrick. Our surnames are Patrick.
Thank you.
Out of game question. Brothers, lovers, parents?
Brothers.
Cool.
Greg and Reese Patrick are the least fantasy names I've ever heard. Oh, I love it.
You know, Scott's just run out of ideas at this point. So he's just like, fuck it.
No, I love it.
Right.
Motherfucker, I just literally just ripped Disney and you one here, and you're calling me out on Grease and Reese and Patrick and fucking Greg.
Fuck
What?
it. Fuck it, man. I've got a line called Jamarcus Evergreen. I can't.
Yeah, that's fine. Once I'll sneak by them and onto the ship and to my room.
Okay, you're in your room.
And I'll continue kind of using my the manual instruction manual that I picked up. I'm going to start adding to it about the design and stuff for bad news and what was the other one? I've just the names completely slipped my mind. Retort. Yeah, I'm going to start drawing up their design from as much memory as I can.
I'm not gonna tell you right now. You ain't gonna somehow dissect either one just by a glance.
No.
You can maybe get like a little bit of information, but you ain't gonna like level up your tech shit by.
No. I
looks pretty.
understand. I understand. I'm basically trying to do what Ripley did. So she was just like, she was just sketching them out initially, and then as she kind of learned more and more about it, she started to kind of build her things a little bit. So I mean, I would have some idea about.
But the exterior, you're working your way inward. That's fine.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make that sure you're not just gonna go, oh, peak. That means I get that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Just being clear.
I know that I've got a kind of I've got some idea of how guns work because I've got two of them. So I'm gonna kind of use that as a kind of basis of knowledge and then design a little bit and kind of build a little bit of my knowledge. I don't expect it to be done anytime soon. It's kind of me building up my own knowledge, both as a character and as a player.
Cool. Okay, anyone else want to do a thing before we call it for that night?
Yes, I want to take Toto.
Oh yes, of course. Salvador's place. So you, at some point, will have arranged to meet up with Toto, and if anyone else wants to come along, they can.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Well, I'm taking Toto to meet a friend. Does anyone want to join me so I don't have to walk home by myself?
I'll come with you.
Aka kind of goes, me.
Awesome, so I will take our little crew to Salvador's place.
You show them then the various, not back alleyways, but the sort of like, not the touristy trap kind of way, but you eventually get to the place and you see the guards kind of letting go. Who's here? Why don't you come, my dear? Bring your friends.
I am giving Elizabeth the stink eye the whole way, by the way, and not speaking.
Oh yay! So,
She's kind of oblivious to it, so she's like, yeah, carry on.
So the kind of segmented door kind of gets pulled back. You're ushered in, and of course, it's the finest of tapestries that are up. It's all like there's little fountains everywhere. There's the clientele are all kind of chatting about in various little seating areas, and all the workers are all doing their thing. And up on the top, kind of on the second floor balcony, just looking down, enjoying the view and seeing everything all go, is of course your boy Salvador just watching. Because it's kind of half wave as he sees you all arrive.
I'm gonna go stay here for a moment, and I'll run upstairs to him, showing that I know exactly the layout of the building.
Now I know where we are. There's a much bigger smile on Toto's face. He's lit up.
Good evening, Salvador.
Good evening, my dear.
So,
He looks over the balcony and goes, "These your friends?"
yes, the little one is the one I was. The shorter one is the one I was discussing with you earlier. I don't know about the other two. Don't know if they'll want to partake or not. I am not. Before you look at me.
Me never. And he kind of does that sort of like fake offense, kind of like never.
Maybe next time I'm in town, but not once a visit is all you get. But if you could see to his whatever he requests, and if the girls want anything, obviously feel free, and just let me know how much it is.
Yeah, this smiles and nods for a moment and goes, "I'll see what I can do." And he looks over the balcony and kind of gives like a series of hand gestures, and you see like four dancers get off from one of the nearby pedestals and kind of approach Toto. One of the first one kind of kneels down to his height and goes, "Good evening, sir."
Oh, Toto's very happy. No word, just an open mouth.
Got two half elves, a water genasi, and a human female, all just in like kind of oriental belly dancer regalia. Just like, is there anything in particular we can do for you this evening?
I'm looking for a companion, not uh anything freaky, just companionship.
They all look at one another and kind of go, "If company's all we need, sir." And they kind of gesture to where the platform they were initially dancing on goes, "Come with us."
All right, I'll go with them.
Go over, they pull a fruit bowl over, it's got full of also like grapes and stuff like that. Pull a cushion over, put it down and go, "If sir would like to rest his head here." And they do the whole sort of like feeding you grapes while you're just sitting there, just like stroking your head back, just like one starts to kind of like, "Mind if we take these?" And takes the Crocs off and starts giving you like a foot massage. They're doing the whole works.
I'll just start telling them like all about how we rescued all the slaves and I killed a dragon and just relax.
Cool. You see Maka talking to a particular kind of not overly muscular gentleman, but kind of just He's like a bookworm who's like been bench pressing like dictionaries kind of look to him. Yeah, two of them kind of start talking for a little bit, and she heads off to like one of the side areas to speak with a glass of wine in hand. Elizabeth, is there any choice of
No,
companionship?
no. I'm literally here on the capacity to go back with Elspeth.
Oh my!
I'm going to say to Salvador, well, let me know.
Right now, a little metagaming pigeon just dropped a little note in Salvador's hand, and he's just like, "I fucking knew it." Anyway,
I'm going to go to Salvador, well, let me know how much I owe you in the morning. I potentially have a better option this evening, we shall see. But I will be going. Have a lovely evening. Don't work too hard.
oh, you know me, Banana dear. I always know when to stop.
Again, I do not believe that for a second.
Why I like you. He just sits and he's like, oh, almost like a armchair, just at the top of the balcony, just enjoying a drink and a smoke, just enjoying the new clientele that's all shown up. And as you're walking out, you see the two young nobles from before who are like, "Oh, hey, you're the oh, hi," and just kind of just sink into their collars and try and hide and walk past you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
They go and deal with other deal with other workers and stuff like that. Elizabeth, if you're looking around, seeing Total being taken care of, Maka's having a little chit chat with somebody, and you just see Elizabeth just walking on her way out.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow behind.
Do I know she's walking behind me?
I'll say yeah.
You know you don't have to be my shadow. You're more than welcome to walk with me rather than behind me.
Uh, sure. I'll reluctantly walk up next to her.
Just as you're about to walk out the door, you see another gentleman walks in and goes, "Sorry, I am such a clumsy fool today. Uh, enjoy your evening," and just walks past.
Do
This
I
is the same guy
recognise
from
who
the
that
morning,
is?
right?
Voice seems familiar, yeah.
Do I know who that is?
Insight check, see if you recognize that voice.
Could I assist her because I would have recognized the same voice early in the day?
I'll say no, this is like a if you catch him if you can kind of thing.
Okay. Come on. Who is this guy?
Initially, go, whatever, sorry, it's alright. And then before you can even speak to him, the guy's gone in the crowd. In fact, he actually walks towards a lady who's got like this kind of almost like a beehive like hair, very tight in waist, long black dress, quite a lot of like makeup down, sounds a bit like a Jersey girl a little bit, large chest, and then the two of them kind of start talking to each other and start walking off. The last you see the older gentleman, and you guys leave.
I will walk home in silence unless Poppy decides to say anything.
No. She's basically just gonna avoid Elspeth's gaze the whole time and just awkwardly look everywhere else. Walking back in silence.
Soundbite for crickets. Are we playing it right now? But yeah, there's like half an hour's of a just apparently deadly silent walk. Going back to the orphanage, correct? to meet up with
I'm going back
Cloud
to the
or
ship.
Yeah, I'm going
Right.
back to the ship as well with her.
just wanted to clear that up before we go any further. Cloud, you aware that's the meeting point for you guys, or you doing
Yeah,
anything in
yeah,
particular?
yeah. Cloud would have probably just asked Ellie after a little while separately, just to see if she still has any contacts of getting some basic magical equipment, if possible.
Sorry, what was that? I was just this, I think.
Sorry. If Ellie knew, well, basically, sort of what was happening with the clasp a little bit, and does she have any contacts that can get hold of any basic magical equipment?
Did a bit of digging and found out that the Clash took in a couple of hits during the revolution, as it would have been, but the close sign on their main place of operations is mostly for show, while they do a bit of quote unquote renovation work on the inside. Clasp has not been wiped out in West Run as much as they would like folk to believe. They have been just basically a case of take a, this is between rounds in a boxing match. We've took a couple of
Yeah,
hits,
just gone quiet.
gone quiet for a bit, and then we'll come back. As far as magical items gonna go, is like there might be someone who will be willing to help out.
Fair enough. And then Cloud would have went back to the ship. I don't know if Azzy would have stayed at the temple or not, so I'd assume Cloud would be on his own on the ship for a bit.
You'd have Reese and Greg there, but they see you and kind of go, you know what? We've already sussed it with the other one. Just as long as they do the thing for us, on you go.
Okay. Cloud sort of bit confused, but goes on, and whilst nobody's there, Cloud will find a quiet room, probably the captain's quarters, knowing Cloud, and he will kneel on the floor and he will start to attune to the psionic headband, but instead of a normal attunement, as he holds it, he summons the blade staff, and as the headband changes shape to usually fit the new wearer, it starts to shrink slightly to just slightly bigger than a bracelet as he puts it on top of the crystal of the blade staff. And after a moment, it sinks in and drops down to the flower that now sits in the bottom of the crystal. As it falls down, the little tendrils from the flower reach up, wrap around, and hold it there with the little stalk in the middle, and it'll pulse with green energy a couple of times. And as that happens, the markings on Cloud's right arm that now engulfs his entire arm and his shoulder, few tendrils will move off away and work its way up Cloud's spine, around to the back of his head, and work its way around his temple, making a new band around his head. And tiny little green crystals will grow on it to represent the new headband.
And I would like you to make an intelligence saving throw. As the headband forms, you can suddenly hear like voices from nearby. It's initially go, hold on a minute, how can I hear those two guards out here when it's like through the box? And you can hear distant voices from people in West Run. You can hear like animals from the nearby woodlands. and then suddenly it starts to feel like a very sharp sensation in the ends of your temples are starting to kind of pulled in. Take 17 points psychic damage, and you now have a throbbing headache. Yeah, the headband hasn't quite attuned. It's still there, still usable. It's just that you can't quite access its full range of abilities at this particular moment in time.
Right, yeah. Claire will sort of probably pull out I
That
think
comes
his
later.
last bottle of his last bottle of whiskey. Has a few drinks and just starts probably just doing a little bit of odd work with cleaning his equipment and everything, constantly rubbing the side of his head, noticing the new little crystals on his head. He'll use mask in many faces just to look normal and hide that part for the time being.
Cool. Join a quiet drink, covering the crystals up. And I'll say about 10 minutes later, you can hear the faint voices from outside of the guards going, "Oh, we're just going to just let them on here." He's like, "Yeah, fucking come on. You got the changeling chicks here." And, "Oh, yeah, Elspeth, did you by any chance speak to the..." And Reese gives Greg a bit of a kick, goes, "Let them on." And just like, if by any chance you need guards, we're going to be pitching a tent over there and like keeping watch.
We've taken on a dragon. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay.
That's what we thought, but standard procedures and all that bollocks, and they're gonna go back to the nearby kind of like posting. What's to do now?
I'm gonna.
What?
Oh, after you.
Sorry. No, after you go.
No, after you.
Once we're back on the ship, I'm just gonna go back to my room.
Cool. You go to your room, open the team without just like chat it over. Do whatever you're gonna do in the room.
Don't wanna know.
I wonder if earplugs are included in the adventure inventories.
I'm, once we're back on the ship, just going to cast a message to Cloud and go, "Hey, just wanting to let you know, me and Elizabeth are back. Just so if you hear footsteps on the floor, you don't sneak around and try and stab us, thinking we're bad people."
Thank you, my dear, but I'm pretty sure I knew you were coming before the message.
Becca so wants to make a comment, but will not. Elspeth will not make a comment either.
Just
Ooh,
keep setting it up. Just setting it up. Putting it there.
I'm gonna go, you. You sound in pain. Are you okay?
Been a long few days, a little bit of a headache, that's all.
I'm good with headaches if you need a hand.
Maybe two?
If I didn't have two hands, I'd be worried.
But that is true. I still owe you a conversation, do I not?
You owe me a couple of things, but it sounds like you are not in any fit shape to deliver either of those. But I am more than welcome. I am more than happy to come and help try and get rid of your headache.
Well, I'm in the captain's quarters.
Why does that not surprise me? And she'll walk towards the captain's quarters.
He's got the best bed.
We shall have to find out, I guess. And once I get there, I'll knock on the door and go, "Hey, it's me."
Get the children away, all right?
Most of them. Toto is happy with a few friends. Maka apparently wanted to partake as well. But I have returned with the more troublesome one, and I assume that your charge in that order is also here.
I believe he stayed at the temple for tonight. Religious stuff.
I'm sure that's what he called it. Anyway, come here and let me help with your headache, and she'll sort of try and slot in behind you. And just sort of stop rubbing your head.
Whereabouts on the if you start rubbing parts of the head, you'll feel lumps where there shouldn't be. I had no way of saying it any other way. And it was just like, I stopped for a second, it was just like, nah.
Well, it is normally the... Where was he indicating his headache was sort of around his head?
I assume it's sort of like just a full-on headache all over
Yeah.
temple.
So she'll probably start going for the temple and things.
Temple, yeah.
I can't take this seriously anymore. But would she feel the random crystals?
Yeah, I say after like moving that hand around, you go eventually get to the crystal part and go, okay, that's not normal.
I'll just go, you know your headache may lessen if you weren't maintaining a spell, right?
Thankfully, it's not a spell that's difficult to maintain, but as it's you, I owe you this. And he
Oh no,
drop
darling, you owe
mask.
me nothing.
Drops mask in many faces, and you'll see the new black marking around his forehead with tiny little green crystals literally grown out of his head. That snakes down his spine and disappears beyond under his armor and shirt. Well, his shirt, because he wouldn't be wearing his armor at the minute.
I mean, I know I got a tattoo yesterday, but this is a little bit extreme, dearest. Is this normal?
I do not know. It's not exactly, well, it's definitely not normal, but I believe I asked for it, so this is what I got.
The entire time she's still giving you a head massage, by the way. Trying to relieve the headache.
Public service announcement: if you do feel any rock hard places, please consult your apothecary at the earliest convenience.
So last week it was growing wood, and this week it's rock hard lumps. Nice. Okay then, rock.
Ian, welcome to Delta Group, everybody. Carry on.
You asked to have a tattoo around your head and random green crystals growing out of your head? That seems an odd request to me, and I've had some odd requests.
Not quite, my dear. And Cloud will stand up, take off his shirt, and show how much the marking on his right arm had grown from where you probably might have noticed it just being at his elbow has now taken his entire arm and around his shoulder, apart from the small offshoot that goes up his spine and around his head.
Oh, you've definitely expanded that.
And that's not quite all. He'll summon the blade staff with the blade pointed down and show you the crystal with the newfound flower growing on the inside, now holding the headband, the psionic headband.
I would assume this is something to do with where you get your magic from, as it's not your own.
Yes, after the fight with the dragons, it's all well and good being sneaky and dodging around, but if it wasn't for that mind flare weapon, I wouldn't have been able to do half as much damage, I think. So and he gestures to the blade staff, I get my powers from this, I believe. Ever since I found it about 2 years ago, it gives me powers, gave me minor powers, and have grown slightly. And after believing I needed more for if we ever run into anything of sorts or worse, this is what it's given me.
I have learnt and learnt well in this life that nothing really comes for free. What does it ask of you in return?
That is a thing. It's never asked me for anything. It's just travelled with me. It's never asked me for anything. It's barely ever. I don't think it's ever even spoken to me truly.
It's interesting.
That is, I'd say, an understatement, but definitely true. The things it can do and the things I feel when I've spoken to people who cast spells and such, and they study and they know and they learn. But I just feel what I need, and it comes maybe not in exact forms I wish, but it has always helped me when I really need it generally.
Well, if it's helping keep you alive, that can only be a good thing. I'm still not sure about it giving it to you without asking a price. I'm concerned that may come knocking, but I'll let you know that if it does, I will follow you wherever it takes you. But I also think you would be just as useful without it.
Yeah, that's true, but I couldn't do this. And he cast Mask Many Faces to become you.
What is it with people wanting to look like me?
Please go
Please
fuck
turn that
yourself
off.
to a whole new level tonight.
Please get rid. Please. I do not like looking at myself. If you could drop that, that would be fantastic.
As you wish. And he drops it.
Anyway, come back here. Sit back down, and I will continue trying to get rid of your headache.
Cloud does. Sort of sits there calmly.
And Elspeth will give him a head massage until he falls asleep. If he does fall asleep.
Yeah, Cloud. After a little while, I assume the headache lessens, maybe.
Yeah,
If
after
so.
all, with a little bit of Elspeth's healing touch, the throbbing stops.
I'll pump a little bit. I'll actually, in the middle of it, just pop a cure wounds in him. I don't know he's damaged, but he's got a headache, so it might help. Let me actually find it. So 15 points of healing.
The headache subsides. I'll just relax, enjoying the peace and quiet in the captain's quarters. Just pop the camera out and go back to Salvador's. But so far through being regaled with the tales of slaying dragons and all sorts of crazy shit that he's got to, someone's coming to replace the football next to Itoto, and suddenly someone stumbles into the person replacing the ball, and the ball goes everywhere. Seven girl kind of goes like, "Oh, sorry about that, sir." The four dancers kind of give her a kind of coy look, going, "Come on, Adria, we're entertaining a special guest here." You see the girl's kind of starting to kind of like the bottom lip starting to twitch a little bit. She's like, I didn't mean to drop it. She's like, "Come on, sorry, but we're trying to entertain company."
Honestly, it's fine. It's not a problem. People drop shit all the time.
The kind of goes like, "I'll go and get more," and she kind of runs back off back towards the kind of kitchenette area just down the stairs nearby. And the water genasi goes like, "So you were saying about the freeing slaves at this point?"
Yep, well, I'm kind of a big deal. So, do you know what? I'd rather just not talk about it. I'd rather just relax. Just take a night off from being a hero.
As the now enjoying the company, you hear just conversation taking place. You see occasionally Maka going back and forth with the same dude, just with like a cask of wine between them. Every now and again, one of them grabs a football and takes it to their little seating area offside, and just enjoying a quiet night, not having the urge to murder everyone in the room.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Maka and the guy because number one, I I'd still think that deep down Maka might make him explode at some point. Not
Oh, I'm
in
sure
that
she
way.
will.
Not that way. She'll fucking fireball him or something, or just keeping an eye, just making sure that's okay. I'm also not gonna take. Well, I'll probably take one of these women to bed, but just to have companionship, not anything else.
As the night's progressing a little bit further forward, you hear a familiar voice in the background of the room.
Do I know it straight away?
I'll give you an insight check. That laugh sounds familiar.
Nope.
Nope. You're just in that sort of like clown nine, just chilled out state. You're like, someone's having a good time here. Same as the rest of us should be. You kind of look over and you see it's an older gentleman who's just laughing away with the lady with the big beehive, tight end on waist, corset, massive breast. It's like the two of them are just having a catch up or whatever it seems, and the two of them just like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
Is her name Elvira by any chance?
I'm just ticking off the bingo card right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having a bit of a time. And again, the servant girl who came up with the fruit basket comes up again. She says, I put a little extra things on the platter for you, sir. She moves it forward.
Honestly, it's no bother, but thank you.
Anything from the hero of the hour? She kind of gives you a kind of like coy smirk as she kind of walks off.
I like that. Hero. It's got a nice ring to it. I might start asking them if, and if so, how they know Elspeth, because Elspeth seemed to know people here, and I kind of want to pry into that a little bit.
So you want to ask the dancers?
Yeah, I mean they're the ones that are around me at the minute. I just want to be like, do you know? Do
They're
you know
all
the
they all
that
look
came?
at one another and go, "We don't know her personally, but they all point up to the balcony above, and they see Salvador just like enjoying a smoke and a pastry of some sort himself, just again enjoying the fact that everyone's having a good time. The boss man apparently knows her.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like on what level? I mean, do they? Have they? Do they? Are they? You know?
All four of the girls just kind of look at each other and kind of that sort of almost bitchy, but not quite sort of like synced laugh of, oh, he has a rule of not, fraternizing with staff. Although she isn't, she only came in for one night, so I don't think
I think
maybe.
Toto
And
would have kind of
they all
spit his
start questioning
drink
it.
out at this point. I'm sorry, she worked here since we've been here, like recently. I mean, not in the last 2 months, but before that.
I'll look at each other kind of serious for a moment, kind of go, I don't think so. Although the water's nasty, kind of goes, come to think of it, I think I recognised her from somewhere before. I used to
Sneaky
work in a
bitch.
mon for a bit, and it's probably nothing.
All right, I'll stop prying now, and I'll just enjoy it. I'll just enjoy the time I've got here. Do I have a room for the entire night?
Room is supplied for you.
All right, yeah, and I'll just chill for the night. kind of go back to the ship in the morning.
At whatever point you choose to call it an evening, the dancers have done their best to entertain you as much as they can, even escorting you to the room if necessary.
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna just like cuddle one and maybe just contemplate everything. Maybe have a cry at some point. That's about all. Nothing more than that.
In one of them, you hear that familiar smoky voice of Salvador go, "Oh, ladies, I have another client for you. Just could you maybe each of you like a kiss in the cheek, like something doubling up, but so you can see their lipsticks like sticking out like a mile away on you. See you later, Mr. Halfpint." And they're all four of them leave. And as they leave, at one point, Salvador comes in the corner and goes, "I'm terribly sorry about that, but we have a particular client who has to deal with things. Have you enjoyed your stay at my humble abode otherwise?"
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. The ladies have done a superb job. I can't I can't thank you enough for a fantastic evening. Very comfortable, very clean, um, bang up job. Good work.
It gives you a half bear goes, as long as the clientele are happy, then everyone's happy. And he goes, yeah, almost. You notice he's looking at you for a couple seconds longer. He says, "If everyone's happy," kind of thing.
I don't think Toto's smart enough to understand any kind of subtext, so you just, yeah, I'm happy.
Oh, that's good to hear. Since I've deprived you of your company for the remainder of the evening, should you choose it, I will have someone bring uh, a gift of some description in a few moments. So if you'll just bear with me for a little bit while I attend to my guests.
Banging. Cheers.
As he walks out, you go into your room and it's like very opulently decorated. There's like various figures of like lovers and all that kind of thing all over the place. It's just like top tier sort of just like shag pad. It's just typical thing. It's like, okay, you pay for this place. It is like the works presidential suite. Identical room next to it, which thankfully the walls are a bit thick because you can just see the occasional sort of like rumble on the wall, and you're like, what the hell could it be? And as soon as you go out to check it, you can see briefly the same guy that Mako had left in coming out with a towel wrapped around his waist, grabbing a wing cast, and then going back into the room.
Oh,
Old Burns.
I'll
At
give
least
him
one
like
of
a,
us is getting some tonight.
I'll give him like a wink and a nod. Yeah, as when I see.
As you're about to head back into your room to like retire for night, he's like, "Excuse me, Mr. Halfpint."
Yeah.
Turn around, it's the same servant girl who like spilled the food bowl. Uh, Mr. Salvador sent me with this, and it's like a little silver platter thing, just with like cup, bottle of aftershave, like assortment of like sweets, and a bottle of like very fine brandy.
Oh, that's nice.
Is there
Thanks.
somewhere you'd like me to put it in the room?
Yeah. just pop it on the table. Out of game. How are my sideburns looking? Have they grown back now since
They're
we
all fine.
first got?
Everything's all good.
All right, cool. I'll just take a look if there's anything I can use to kind of lather up the sideburns. Any kind of like ointment.
Yeah, the new aftershave they got there is in like stuff like that. You can use some of that. There's grooming utensils in the ensuite bathroom. There's whatever you need.
I might just ask this just to the servant girl if she'll pretty me up a little bit. Maybe trim them up. Make me look a little bit tidier.
You know, looks as if like, who, me? Of
If
course.
you if
And she kind of gestures to like a nearby seat, gets an extra couple of cushions on it, and goes, just take a seat here, sir.
Thank you.
And before long, she puts like the towel around you. She starts doing your up all fancy, like very soft hands. And as she's kind of just walking away, you can just hear her humming away just as she's like up your sideburns.
Oh yeah, that's if she's gonna trim up his sideburns and do all that, that's totally gonna turn Toto. He's definitely gonna want a bit of this, and then he's you know how it goes. He's getting Elspeth's money's worth out of it.
Cool. She's finished, and she shows you like a little mirror showing you yourself all done up, all dapper like.
Bang
Anyway,
up
she's
job.
like, I'll see if one of the other girls is free now to see to you, sir.
I mean, and then I'll just kind of gesture to myself and just say, "Why look for somebody else? There's me and you,
Gina stops in her
right?"
tracks a bit as if like thinking that you're joking. You're like,
And then I'll just say justice, and I'll let the cape billow.
at that point, she kind of does that sort of almost just like hand over mouth, just like cheeks go red and giggles. You look out, she's got little kind of small little. You look out and just actually looking at her face for the first time. She's got little freckle bits on her face, big hazel eyes, brown hair. It's about shoulder length, and she's got little small spectacle things similar to what Percival was wearing, but smaller. And it says, "Is sir sure?"
Just stay. That's all. Just stay, and I'll make sure there's a good tip, cash wise. There's a good cash tip for you.
Again, she catches the innuendo and just kind of giggles a little bit, and she just kind of, well, if that's the case, should I close the door or?
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah, okay. She goes into full blush mode. And she's like, okay, and closes the door over, locks it behind her. She's like, I'm not used to being the one that the clients are usually talking to. The one that's like, get this, get that, and she starts kind of nervously bumbling a little bit as she sits on the end of the bed.
Literally, I'm just looking to just sleep here tonight, with some company. But I mean, I can put a good word into your boss if you want afterwards. But that's all.
Yeah, taking back goes, really? Would you?
Yeah.
With that, I'll say that as you're just kind of resting for the night, she just like lies next to you, and she just kind of, as she's kind of stroking your hair, just kind of hums away and sings, just taking a lull you to sleep.
Perfect.
Oh, you kind of nod off. She's like, "It was total, right?"
Yeah. What's your name?
It's Adria. Adria
Adri.
Sunshine.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you.
At that point, she kind of just like kind of cuddles at you, and she just keeps kind of stroking you off, your hair back, humming away until both of you kind of just drift off. Anyone else want to do a thing before we wrap up for tonight? Well, that evening.
As Cloud falls asleep, Elspeth will give him a kiss on his forehead and just go, "Do you want me to stay or would you like me to leave?"
Well, if he's fallen asleep,
Just
that's
before
completely
he
up to
falls
you.
asleep. Just before he falls asleep. When she's telling he's about to go to sleep.
That is up to you, my dear. As he drops.
She'll stay. She's a little worried, so she'll stay. Just sort of sit next to him, doodle in her book, get her 4 hours of meditation.
After a couple of hours, a copy will just kind of have a roam around Elspeth's room, and as Elspeth's not there, will come up on the board. Come up on the deck, and then just kind of find a little corner to kind of lean against and fall asleep. So she's got eyesight of the captain's quarters, basically.
Irv.
How would she know we were there?
I know, but
Because she would
you
have
wouldn't, you wouldn't
seen.
know what's going on. But I'm just that was a bit of meta game I can resist. Just like, oh, I'm going to watch the captain's quarters. I'm like,
Oh,
Irv.
sorry. I in my head, copy saw Elspeth go in before. No,
Wouldn't have known no, at all. You'd be in the
no,
room.
no. A copy would have gone ahead. Oh, sorry. Then in which case she'll mull around Elspeth's room a little bit and then just go back to her own room because Elspeth's not there.
Cool. And with that, that evening comes to a close. I think we'll call it there for tonight, as everyone's all just enjoying company or just having a quiet night to themselves. There was a bit of a buzz at Azi's temple when Lady Vixalia, who was chosen of Pelor, showed up at one point, and she just enjoys the yes, everyone, I'm awesome kind of thing. Well, at night he's just like, oh, I get to meet like her again, but in official capacity here. Fanboy. Chosen of Pelor and all that kind of stuff, and then I think everyone's all quieting down for a night. Call it end the stream there for us this evening.
Yep, let me turn it off. Good night, guys.